start the interview by just handing you one of these
as
a little gift. It has two toppers with Paddington that you can exchange over.
Very good indeed. I shall have my marmalade bedtime drink with that. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Well, that sounds delicious. I want a marmalade bedtime drink. So we have asked our Cineworld family to tweet us or X us, I guess, their questions for you today. Would you choose a marmalade sandwich or a Sunday roast?
Oh, a marmalade sandwich, obviously.
Yeah, of course, it's the done choice.
Oh.
Even at Sunday roast time.
Oh yeah. I mean, bear in mind that 32 Windsor Gardens, roast is off the menu. It's all about the oranges.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Can you do your best impression of Paddington's hard stare?
I'm terrible at this, but I'll try.
Really terrible. I feel like I've just done something wrong that I need to apologise for. This was one of my favourite ones. Is there a particular Peruvian dish or tradition that you discovered whilst filming that you enjoyed and that you think Paddington would maybe enjoy?
The traditional drink of Peru is, I think it's called a pisco sour, and I savoured some of those. And I think the rule, as the Peruvian ambassador told me the other night, just dropped that one in, one is enough. I had 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a story.
Let's just leave it there.
Stunning. And do you think Paddington would enjoy that drink then?
No, Paddington shouldn't be let anywhere near a pisco sour.
I can imagine he'd be there with a marmalade sandwich on the side to counteract the effects of this drink.
It's a good hangover cure.
Yeah. How did it feel to work with Olivia Coleman again?
Be wonderful. We hadn't worked together for probably a decade, and so she's just such a phenomenal actress and very, very funny. And to see her, particularly, I think, the scenes with Julie Walters, to see 2 great comedic actors at the top of their game having fun was really a joy.
I couldn't agree more. So you could see that in the film as well, like the joy that kind of shone through from that. Did they have was there like a funny moment on set that happened whilst you were filming with them?
Plenty of funny moments, but I'm terrible at recalling hilarious moments off set. But there were some, I'm sure.
I can imagine every day was a banterful day.
Yeah, that was fun.
How did the scenes where Paddington was on screen work for you to film?
Are you one of these people who thinks the bear isn't real?
No, I strongly believe the bear is real.
Well, let's leave it at that.
Fully.
But sometimes when he's having a lie down after a big munch, we do have people to help. So we have Lauren who walks through the scenes with us, and she'll maybe do the first take of a shot, and then she'll disappear, and we'll just imagine where she's been. And sometimes it's nothing more subtle or clever than a stick with a bit of sticky tape at the right height. But then, at 4 o'clock, come sandwich time, Paddington leaps out of his trailer and is on set and all raring to go.
Of course. And what's the best thing about working with Paddington?
Well, I think the fact that you know that he's never going to be rude, and there are plenty of people around the world who are quite rude, and he's not one of them. And so I always believe that there's a trickle down effect, that if your star actor isn't being a pain in the neck, then nobody else is allowed to be. And so Paddington just makes everybody feel like they're in a good mood.
I absolutely love that answer. I mean, somebody kind of asked us, what do you think are the main moral codes that Paddington has?
I think being kind. I think giving others a chance and a second chance. Seeing the best in people. That's, I think, really the key of it. And reaching out the hand of friendship to those less fortunate than yourself.
I absolutely love that. And I think that really shines through from Paddington. You feel that before I go into the cinema and I see Paddington, I'm like, I know this is what this film's going to give. And you walk away and you feel that too. And it's just a really, really wholesome, I think.
Good.
This was quite a random one, but would you choose to do a cryptic crossword or a Sudoku?
Cryptic crossword because I'm rubbish at them, and I think I'd like the chance to get better.
Have you ever managed to finish one?
I have, but when I was young and had brain cells, I wasn't bad at them, but not the really tough ones like the Times crossword. Yeah. But I could do some, and I enjoy them because then you get to know the personality of the person who set them.
Yeah, nice.
Sudoku's a bit more mathematical. I mean, just got to work it out.
Did you do your own stunts?
I always do my own stunts. So does Paddington. I mean, Tom Cruise and I have discussed this at great length about stunts because obviously he always has a stand-in, but I very much do my own.
I love that. And what's your favourite thing about doing stunts?
I think showing my machismo and really just demonstrating that I'm a method actor. So, for instance, I think it's not a big spoiler, but I encounter my greatest fear, which is a purple-kneed tarantula spider. Again, true to character, I just battled on and saw it through.
Were there actually, I mean, I can imagine because you were filming in Peru, a lot of creepy crawlies.
There were a lot of creepy crawlies, and a lot of the creepy crawly wranglers ended up in hospital. But
really?
I was much butcher than any of them, and was able to handle, particularly the red spiky one on the that Paddington warns us about. Wow, they can be lethal, but no, we didn't. We didn't. I have to say that no humans or animals or plants were hurt in the making of this film.
That's good to know. I mean, I feel like being in here now, I'm like looking around, like, are there any spiders hiding in these trees?
Just don't look over your right shoulder right now, okay?
I'll run out. I have a big fear of spiders. I have been known to cry, so...
Oh dear, bad
I should...
Yeah. There we go.
Is it gone?
It's gone.
This is, of course, the third film in the Paddington kind of, I guess, a trilogy, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to be on the third film? Did you ever anticipate with the first one that it would become such a kind of family favourite?
Not at all. No one predicted it, and it's just wonderful that we seem to have ticked some box right, because people came back for more. And I think most importantly for us, or for the producers particularly, they were trying to make it right for Michael Bond. They wanted him to approve of our efforts, and that it hadn't been. That the bear hadn't been taken off and made into something that he'd never intended. So when he gave his blessing to the film, that meant a huge amount to the team. And we were able to go on and make the second film with knowing that he was behind us. And that really was very, very important. And I think the third one, celebrates his spirit and the spirit of his bear just as well.
I love that. I mean, that kind of leads me quite nicely into the next question, which would be like, what do you think makes Paddington such a special character, both for kids and families and adults? Because I watched Paddington as an adult, the first one, and I'm a massive fan now, and I love everything that Paddington exudes. So what do you think makes Paddington so special?
I think it's quite simple. I think we've all been Paddington, and we all care about a Paddington. We've all been to a new school or a new town or a new country. We've all been displaced in some way, shape or form during our lives, and have relied on others and the kindness of others to help us on our way. So we recognise that vulnerability in him and want to protect him. And also he's just darn funny, because he sets out with a very serious intent of finding out more about the world and helping people, but he gets into scrapes, but never malevolently or maliciously. And he's an exemplar of good manners and optimism, and I think that that's something we can all identify with.
I couldn't agree more. Well, thank you so much. I can't wait for audiences to see Paddington Peru on the big screen. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much. And thank you for my Slurpee mug.
Yes, of course. I look forward to you drinking your marmalade out there later.
My marmalade bedtime drink. That's fantastic.
Perfect. No, thank you very much.
Oh. That was close.
It's called a hard stair, Mr. Hunter. And it's for when people have forgotten their manners.